Hello everyone and welcome to your healing subscription for today. So today we are working with something called Triangulation. This is based on the work of Alice Bailey and Djwal Khul. So some old knowledge and something I've been working with for quite some years. Usually introduce it or I include it into things like crystal healing and aura healing, but today I was guided to do this as a standalone healing session. So let's start with, oh, my power just came back on. Let's start with our tune in. So we have a light code to focus on, and this is in honor of the solar eclipse that's coming up. I think that's tomorrow. So just find a comfortable position. Allow your gaze to rest upon the light code. Perhaps trace it with your eyes. And set the intention for what it is that you would like to receive in today's healing session. What would you like to let go of? What would you like to receive? Where do you need healing? Where do you need the paths to be opened up, or doorways, windows to be opened up? And where do you need to let go of things that no longer serve? So just take a moment to gather your focus and intention. And if you need more time, you're welcome to pause the video. While you are doing that, I am going to start tuning in to the triangulation process. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. So connecting to your soul, connecting to my soul, and connecting to the source of all love. And from this triangle between our souls and all love, I'm connecting my head center and my heart center with that of that triangle that we've just produced. I have a chart in front of me that I'm working with, so this chart will represent you each as an individual, and so on your side you may close your eyes and just do nice slow deep breathing, or you could just go into a meditative state. We're starting with our first triangle, which is the protection triangle. And so this is a triangle between love, universal love, and the head and the heart. While this triangle is going, I'm going to activate or go into activation triangles. So focusing on the head and your third eye and on the altar major, just sitting at the base of the skull. So with this first activation triangle, we are initiating the healing process, connecting to you as a being, as an energy. And we're going to go deeper into this now. We're going to activate into the pineal, pituitary glands, and the carotid arteries. So the carotid is all about putting pressure onto the vagus nerve, allowing us to drop down into a space of calm and peace. The pituitary gland controls all of the other glands, seen as the master gland. Glands control the hormones within the body. Pineal gland connects with serotonin, melatonin, dimethyltryptamine, controls our visions, insights, rest, dream. Moving on to the next triangle, connecting the third eye with the left and the right eye. So the last three triangles that I've just been working with, these are our activation triangles. We're just activating the energy to come in. And we're doing a transfer triangle. Where we just strengthen this connection. So let's move into our first triangle that we're working with today. We're working with our pranic triangle first. So working with the vagus nerve, where the vagus nerve comes in, so it's around the neck area, neck throat area, and I'm going to be working with the heart as well as with the spleen. So if you wanted to, you could bring your focus and your awareness to your heart, perhaps place a hand on your heart center and place another hand on your spleen center. So your spleen center would be on your left. I've actually just went to the wrong hand. So left on the ribs, and then your other hand can be on your heart. So the vagus nerve, there's a strong constriction happening. It's the thinnest area of the body, and all of the energy needs to go through that from head to the rest of the body. So there's a lot of tension, pressure, stress, and friction on that area. Any tension that you have within that area could constrict the flow. So we want to control and release that area. This is usually the first center we work with, because we're wanting to work with this influx of prana or life force energy. And so between these three centers, the heart, the spleen, and the throat, you can almost see it like vortices spinning around as it moves the energy through the body. It's like whirling around. And so what these three centers together do is it restores our balance and brings more energy into the system. This is one of those balances we do only on the one side, so it feels a bit off center, working with the heart and the throat and the spleen. But when we do this off center balance, it tells, or it fools the body, tricks the body into thinking that something's not right, things are off balance over here. So it sends more prana in to try and balance that. And when we release, and that extra prana is there. We are also bridging the diaphragm. So the heart is above the diaphragm and the spleen below the diaphragm. So working with the communication between the different areas within the body. So the abdominal cavity and the chest cavity and also the throat. So there's three areas that we're working with here. And what it does is it helps us to become more balanced. It's also seen as a protective triangle. Let's take a deep breath in and release. Moving on to our next triangle, we're working with our solar plexus point, and we're working with the stomach point, and also with the liver minor. So the liver minor, that'll be on the right hand side, and the stomach will be on the left. So what you could do is you could place one hand on the stomach and one hand on your liver. So it's on the ribs. Just quickly go a little bit lower, so it's on both sides. So just hands below the breast on the ribs. That's where your focuses will lie if you're doing that. So this is called our liver triangle of force. So your liver is all about storing energy, storing toxins as well, also ensuring that the toxins do not release into the body. It helps to break down toxins. And it releases glucose into the body when glucose is needed. On a more emotional level, this is when we are critical of ourselves. And when we're critical, that affects our decision making. This triangle also comes up when there's a suppression of emotional expression, so holding on to emotions. This is good or bad emotions that we're not allowing ourselves to express. All of that will be stored within the liver. Usually it would then explode out as anger. But anger is not necessarily an emotion, that's more an explosion. There's usually another emotion that sits underneath that. It could be frustration, hurt, sadness, fear. Just allow yourself to sit with whatever emotion comes up. Breathe slow and deep. Take a deep breath in and hold. Okay. Next triangle that's coming up for us is the stomach triangle. And so for that one, we're working with the soft point just under the xiphoid process, so just under the sternum. So we're going to be, you can hold a finger there, you can hold a hand there, and then the other hand will go onto your stomach. So you can go hand on stomach, which is under the ribs, and the other one is just on the xiphoid, just underneath the xiphoid process. So the stomach triangle strengthens our etheric body. So our etheric body is the blueprint for the physical body. So it ensures that the energy is nice and strong. Everything is working the way it should. Also protects us against picking up negative energies from our surroundings. Because we constantly do pick up energy from where we go, but we want to limit that amount of negative energy we absorb. This is also beneficial for times when you're critical of self. It could also be around any hatred that you hold on to, or it could be negative feelings that you're holding on to. So it also protects you against transference. This is where you're taking on other people's emotions or projections. And what you may want to do is just chant with me. I'm going to chant Om. So with this particular triangle, chanting Om is quite beneficial. breath in. Crystallize. And release. Next we go into the triangle for dispelling astral glamour. So we're working with the solar plexus and the heart. You can place one hand on the solar plexus, one hand on the heart. And we're connecting with your soul. And this particular triangle is for us to navigate the fog or the mist of the astral or the emotional realms. Sometimes where we get completely caught up in the confusion of the emotions, or the confusion of what is not on the physical plane. And what this does is to help us get more into alignment with ourselves, into alignment with our soul. Take a deep breath in and hold, crystallize. When you're ready, come back. We're moving on to our next triangle. So this is called the basic triangle, and we basically, we're moving our attention, our focus onto the adrenals. Now from a physical standpoint of view, that's going to be at the back of your body, in line with the ribs. It's a little bit hard to locate. Some people are not flexible enough to place their hands on their back where the adrenals are. So what you can do is you can place your hands in front with the intention that you're working on the adrenals itself. So what we've done with some of these first triangles was to really get a lot of prana or chi into the body. And what this particular triangle does is it sort of really anchors the energy into the spine, especially the lower spine. So the triangle itself would be going from the two adrenals sitting on top of the kidneys to the tip of your spine, the base of your spine. And so this is also really good for releasing any fears, phobias, or any shocks, traumas that you may have. Or at any times when you feel that you are lacking purpose or direction in life. From a crystal healing perspective, if there's traumas, I usually bring lapis lazuli into the base of the spine. So if you are dealing with any traumas or shocks to the systems, you may want to imagine a deep, deep indigo blue at the base of your spine. It allows energy to circulate through the spine. becoming aware of any sensations within the body. Take a deep breath in and hold. And release. Next, we're moving on to the triangle for the practical mystic. It goes from the sacral center to the throat to the third eye. So from your side, what you could do is you could place one hand on your third eye and one on your throat. This particular triangle is all about humanitarianism. It's about the occult power or metaphysical power or knowledge. So it's really about looking beyond the physical. It's also about raising your frequency. So all the energy that we've built up now towards the base of the spine, we're basically channeling that up along the spine again, from the sacral to the throat and to the third eye. So today's work is all about that Kundalini flow, taking a Kundalini that's resting in the dantian or below the navel and bringing the energy up along the spine and then down the body, up along the spine, down along the body. So with Kundalini, it's not just about raising the energy, it's about circulating and spiraling the energy. And so that first triangle that we had with the spleen and the heart and the third eye, the throat, is all about that spiraling vortices, getting the energy to flow in a specific way as it moves up along the spine and then spirals down the body, up along the spine, spiraling down. Just be aware of what you feel in the body. And take a deep breath in, hold. Allow this to crystallize and release. Okay, our final triangle for today. This is our triangle for average humanity. It doesn't sound very average, it doesn't sound very nice, I know, but these are words from the 1920s. So we're working with the solar plexus and the crown center. So you can have one hand on the crown, one hand on the solar plexus, and the other one is linking through to your soul, the other point. And so this particular triangle is all about clearing emotional stuff that no longer serves. It releases any emotional triggers or handles that we may still have within us, and it connects us with our soul. So when we're connected to soul, we're connected with a greater clarity, a greater sense of purpose and direction. a deep breath in, hold, crystallize, and release. Place one hand on your head, one hand in the base of your spine. So you can place it on your lap, or you can place it on the back of your body, or you can even sit on your hand. We're just rooting in the energies, connecting head and base. Place one hand on the heart, one hand on the solar plexus. One hand on the throat and one hand on the sacral, just below the navel. So just seal this in. Bring your focus and your awareness down to your feet. Shim Shogabura, 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 Shim Shogabura. Bring your focus and your awareness over to your temples. So either side of your head. El Elyon, 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 El Elyon. Bring your focus and your awareness to your chest, so to your heart and your solar plexus. Shalom Shalom, 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 Shalom Shalom. And you focus your awareness to your entire auric field, from the top of your head down to below your feet, from below your feet all the way to the top of your head, front, back, to the sides, above, below, in all directions. Shekina Om Shalom, 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 Shekina Om Shalom. Take a deep breath in and release. Deep breath in and release. A deep breath in and release. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. And that concludes our healing session for today. I'm not giving any homework for today. Nothing came up. This is really just about getting the energy to flow. So whatever it was, what your focus or your attention was, let's see how that unfolds over the next few days. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care.